Okay, so here's a great book you should read, and I'm talking about, of course, Atomic Habits by James Clear, #1 New York Times bestseller, over 20 million copies sold. Highly recommend this book. James Clear is a great writer. So the key point is that small changes can lead to big results, but not just small, but tiny, hence the title. Get it? Atomic changes, in other words, or how can we develop new habits that over time can lead to big results. In fact, habits, he implies, are the compound interest of self-improvement. In other words, he says the difference a tiny improvement can make over time is astounding. He says, in fact, that if you got 1% better a day, over a year, that would be 37 times better. And yeah, this does remind me of Kaizen, the idea of continuous improvement or continual improvement, where tiny, small changes over time, even the smallest of things, but over time can lead to really big results. So no matter where you are today, whatever it is you want to achieve, wherever it is you want to go, you can get better. So let's say, you're asking yourself, well, how can I get really good at something? For example, how can I become a great presenter, you might say? You've admired your teachers in the past who are really good at presenting, or business people that you've seen who are really good at working the room and really engaging with an audience. So you think, well, I want to do that too. I have many skills and there's some things I'm good at, but I'm lacking in this area. And how can I become better? So 2 key takeaways I take from Atomic Habits. One is to focus on the process, not just the goal, and also focus on who you wish to become, not just what you want to achieve. So again, you will change. You will become a different person as you develop these new habits. So what we're really interested in, not focusing on the goal, but focusing on habits and how we can develop daily habits that get us toward our goal. So for example, let's say we start here and our goal is up there, the 42K, the marathon that we want to run, but we're focused now on our habits, fitness habits that we can do daily. But what happens for a lot of people is that, let's say they do this and they do reach their goal, but if you're focused on the goal, what happens is that we accomplish the goal, so we're right back to where we were before. This happens. This is a mistake. And that's what James Clear talks about in Atomic Habits, is that rather than focusing on outcome-based goals, instead we want to focus on identity-based habits. As he says, with outcome-based habits, the focus is on what you want to achieve. With identity-based habits, the focus is on who you wish to become. So for example, in the case of running, with fitness habits, we reach our goal, but if it's outcome-based, we're going to go right back to where we were. But instead, what we want to do using identity-based habits is keep those habits going long after we finish that first goal. So here Clear says that every action we take then towards that goal is really a vote for the type of person that we want to become. True behavior change, he says, is identity change. Okay, so how do we do that? So James Clear talks about the habit loop. So how does this work? So first we have a cue, which triggers a craving, which motivates a response that provides a reward, and this reinforces the habit then. So for example, let's say we want to play guitar. And this applies to a lot of people because I'm not sure how many guitars are bought, but I think about 1% of the people who buy guitars end up actually learning the guitar and sticking with it. So okay, let's say we want to learn guitar. So there's the cue. I keep the guitar out so that I can see it. This causes me to have a craving for wanting to play it. So I pick it up. That's my response. And I play it and I enjoy playing it. Even if it's only 5 minutes, that is a pleasant experience, which then reinforces the habit. Then he goes on to talk about, the 4 laws of behavior change. If you want this cue, craving, response, reward cycle to really work, however, you have to make the cue obvious. The craving needs to be attractive. The response needs to be easy, to make it easy to do. And then, of course, the reward should be satisfying. So again, let's say it's guitar. So make it obvious. I just keep it out. And maybe I keep it out in my living room right next to a comfortable chair that I like to sit in, next to the fire or something, whatever. And then it's easy because, I just can pick it up and sit down, and then I play the guitar, which is very satisfying. That makes sense, but what about bad habits? The inverse is also true. So if we want to stop doing something, it's the same thing, but in the inverse. So let's say it's snacking. This is something a lot of people struggle with, including myself. So I don't want to snack, especially on junk in the evening or whenever. But it's hard because if you keep it out there, it's too obvious. So we don't want it to be obvious. We don't want it to be attractive. So what can we do? So let's say we keep our snacks on a table or on the counter. That's too obvious. It's too easy. It's too attractive. We don't want that. So we can move it up to the top of the cupboards, make it harder, even better. Maybe put it inside the cupboard so it's not obvious, so it's not in our mind at all. And it's up high anyway, so even if we do think about it, it's not easy to get to. And even if we did somehow get up there and get the snacks out, we know that we don't want to eat the snacks. We don't deserve it yet, let's say. So that's not going to be satisfying anyway. And you don't need all four. So actually, if I just move the snacks up in the cupboard, it's not obvious. And so I'm not going to see it. So that helps to break the loop. Okay, so here's the question. What are habits you can create to become a better presenter or a better communicator? What are some little things that you can do? So we don't know, the future with AI and exactly what humans will be doing when it comes to visual communication, presentation, video making, filmmaking, whatever. But I think taste and your own unique visual style is going to be very important. So I made this other video here, link below and up here on the top left, on how you can develop your own visual style and develop your own taste. So please check that out.